Rupert Bell is Talk Radio's Royal Correspondent with us now. Rupert, good afternoon to you. This is the first prince for 130 years. Who was the last one then?
Well, he was Prince of Wales, became Edward VII, and it was at my great-grandmother's father's house that the scandal took place in
Wow.
Absolutely true. Tranbury Croft in near Hull. Arthur Wilson was the person who owned the house. He was a shipping magnate, and he had a whole lot of friends around. It was during St. Leger week at Doncaster. The Prince of Wales was a guest there. He loved his racing and was a guest there, and there was a card game that took place that night, and a Scots Guards officer was alleged to have cheated, and that actually, which then was a heinous crime. Gentlemen did not cheat at cards. And so what happened was Edward VII had to appear or the Prince of Wales, as he was then, appeared in court. And actually, if you look at the press covering at the time, he didn't cover himself in glory. I think there's some similarities starting to develop there, judging by what's going on today in the High Court. But there it is. It was called the Royal Baccarat Scandal. And as I say, it was at my great-grandmother's father's house, which this house was subsequently sold, and it became a girls' school, which I think is still operating now in the Hull area.
Extraordinary. And Harry today becomes that next royal, 130 years down the line, to appear in the witness box. I mean, what we've been seeing so far, what are you making of it, Rupert? I mean, a lot of it is, well, you know, he would say that, wouldn't he, territory?
Yeah. What he's got to try and do is actually prove it. But every time he's asked a question by the King's Counsel, he just gives a series of sort of, well, I thought it was. That is what I thought happened. And it seems to me it's a series of, yes, it was clearly these articles appeared, but he doesn't feel like he's done complete due diligence on the source. But then that's for the judge to determine, as Dominic said, come the rounding up of this court case, because he's one of many people who are being questioned during this trial. But clearly the focus on Harry is much more than others. And with 33 individual cases, in a way, articles to go through, he's got to prove every single one of them that there was a problem. And so far, you get the fact that Call Me Prince Harry hasn't been able to come up with them, because that's what he wants to be known as in court. He's certainly trying to establish who is, maybe by that he thought, well, clearly my status gives me some sort of leeway here. But actually, Andrew Green isn't going to take, he's going to go and he's working for his client, and he's got to prove their case as well.
How important?
And he is known as an attack dog anyway, in a slightly very charming, disarming manner.
Yes, yeah, the worst or the best kind of lawyer, whichever way you look at it. In terms of how important this is to Harry, I mean, this, I would suggest, Rupert, is quite pivotal to his entire identity now. That he gets this out there, and he needs to win this.
In many ways, he does, because he's put everything out there in the book. And, and we've got this obviously going on in America at the moment. He's left himself, in many ways, exposed to all the criticism that's coming at him, because by doing the things, if he says he doesn't want the invasion of privacy, yet he's written the spare book, which revealed all and sort of brought other people into it. And
other people's privacy.
Other people's lives were affected by it. It's the balancing act. Now, clearly, he was much traumatized by the death of his mother, but it's many times he's saying that the press were completely against him at all times.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the picture that I remember. There was very much the support. Well, this is just Harry being Harry. He's a bit of a cheeky chappy. He's serving in the forces. He's doing a great job there. He's frustrated he can't fulfill his role that he was commissioned to do and do. So I think there was a huge... And remember, in the build-up to the wedding, there was a great deal of support. But it seems to have suddenly turned full spiral in his view of what the media were doing.